Hey everyone, ready to really get our hands dirty with email marketing.
I'm excited.
I've been digging through a ton of articles, research studies, even some real campaign examples,
Wow.
all to help us, all of us really become email marketing masters.
Nice.
So no matter where you're at right now,
Yeah.
whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this for a while,
Right.
we've got something here for you today.
For sure.
One thing that I found super interesting,
Yeah.
and this was in the pasted text excerpt,
Okay.
was this idea that email still has so much power, even in today's world.
Absolutely.
Like you're not at the mercy of algorithms
Yeah.
like you are on social media.
Right.
It's your direct line to your audience.
It is, yeah. And you know what else is really cool about email? It's so much more personal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can really build relationships with your subscribers in a way that you just can't on social media.
Totally. And speaking of personal,
Yeah.
one thing that stood out to me was that personalization goes way beyond just using someone's name.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
It's about really understanding their needs and interests
Yes, exactly.
and speaking to them directly.
It's like you're having a one-on-one conversation with each subscriber.
Right. And that's got to be so much more effective than those generic email blasts.
For sure. Nobody wants to feel like they're just another number on a list.
Exactly.
You want to make people feel seen and heard and valued.
So how do we actually do that? How do we make sure that we're sending the right message to the right people?
Well, that's where segmentation comes in.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So imagine you're a clothing retailer.
Okay.
Instead of sending the same email about a new sale to your entire list,
Right.
you could segment your list based on past purchase history.
Okay.
Maybe you send one email to people who usually buy men's athletic wear,
Uh-huh.
and you highlight those deals in that email. And then you send a completely different email to people who are interested in women's formal wear and showcase those items instead.
Got it. So it's all about making sure the right message reaches the right people at the right time.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
And because you're sending more targeted emails,
Yeah.
you're also less likely to annoy people,
Oh, that's good.
which means they're less likely to unsubscribe or mark your email as spam.
That's a really good point because once you land in that spam folder, it's game over.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's tough to come back from that.
So we've got our list segmented.
Yes.
We're sending targeted messages.
Right.
But how do we even get people to open those emails in the first place?
The age-old question.
Right. What about those subject lines?
Subject lines.
I mean, those can make or break an email.
They really can.
Yeah.
It's like that first impression that determines whether you get a second date.
Okay. I like that analogy.
It needs to be enticing, relevant, and ideally create a sense of urgency.
So how do we come up with those killer subject lines?
Well, there are a few tricks of the trade, but one thing that I always recommend is A/B testing.
Okay, so remind me what that is again.
Yeah. So let's say you're not sure which subject line will perform better. Get 50% off your favorite items,
Okay.
or last chance for 50% off.
Okay.
You can send version A to a small portion of your list
Gotcha.
and version B to another small portion.
Yeah.
Then you track which one gets more opens,
Makes sense.
and you send the winner to the rest of your list.
Oh, so it's like a little competition between subject lines.
Exactly. You're letting your audience tell you what they prefer.
I love okay, so we've talked about segmentation.
Yes.
We've talked about subject lines.
The two S's.
Two very important S's.
Very important.
But let's say we've aced those.
Okay.
We've got people opening our emails.
Yep.
What about the content itself? How do we write something that people actually want to read?
That is the million-dollar question.
Right, because I know I've been guilty of just deleting those long, rambling emails without even reading them.
Oh, for sure. Me
Yeah.
too. We're all busy people.
Yeah, nobody has time for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the key is to keep it concise and to the point.
Okay, so get to the point.
Respect people's time. Imagine scrolling through your inbox and you see a massive wall of text.
Yeah,
You probably skip it, right?
I would.
So would most people. So break up your text with headings, bullet points, and visuals.
Okay, so make it visually appealing.
Exactly. You can even use emojis strategically to add some personality.
Ooh, emojis. I like that.
But don't go overboard.
Yeah.
A few well-placed emojis can go a long way.
So it's like making your email visually appealing, almost like a mini website.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then what about the call to action?
Yes, the call to action.
That's important.
It's crucial. What do you want the reader to do after reading your email? Click a link, make a purchase, sign up for something,
Yeah.
make it super clear and easy for them to take that next step.
So don't be shy about telling people what you want them to do.
Exactly. Be direct, but also be polite.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here already. We've talked about crafting the email itself. But how do we get people onto our email list in the first place?
That's a great question. And that's where lead magnets come in.
Okay, lead magnets. What are those exactly?
Think of it as offering a valuable bribe in exchange for someone's email address.
A bribe. I like it.
This could be a free ebook, a discount code, exclusive content access to a webinar, something that people actually want and would be willing to provide their email for.
Right, you have to give people a good reason to hand over their precious inbox space.
Exactly. And it's not just about what you offer.
Okay.
It's also about how you present it.
Mm-hmm.
Strategically placing sign-up forms on your website is crucial.
Okay.
Don't make people hunt for them.
Yeah.
Put them in high-traffic areas like your homepage blog post or even a pop-up that appears after someone has been browsing for a while.
Pop-ups can be annoying, though.
They can be.
So how do we strike that balance between being visible without being obnoxious?
That's the art of the pop-up.
Right.
You want to make sure it's not too intrusive.
Yeah.
Maybe it appears after a certain amount of time or after someone has scrolled a certain percentage down the page.
That makes sense.
And consider using exit intent pop-ups.
What are those?
Those are pop-ups that appear when someone is about to leave your website.
Ah, clever.
It's like one last chance to capture their email address.
I like it. So we've got pop-ups, we've got strategically placed sign-up forms.
Yes.
What other ways can we grow our email list?
Well, you can also leverage social media ads.
Okay.
You can create ads specifically designed to drive email signups.
Gotcha.
And don't forget about webinars or online events.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Those can be excellent for capturing leads who are already interested in your topic.
It seems like there are so many ways to build an email list.
There are.
It's exciting,
It is.
but it can also feel overwhelming.
It definitely can be.
It seems like there's a lot to keep track of
There is.
when it comes to email marketing.
But that's where email marketing platforms come in.
Okay, so tell me more about those.
They're like your command center for managing your list, designing your emails,
Okay.
automating your campaigns,
Interest-
and tracking your results.
So they can really make your life a lot easier.
A lot easier. They can save you so much time and energy.
Okay, so now I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
We've gone from crafting the perfect email to building a list and even using automation to help manage everything.
It's all connected.
It is. It's all connected. But once you've got people on your list, how do you keep them engaged?
That's where content is king. You need to consistently provide valuable content that your subscribers look forward to receiving.
So it's not just about selling all the time.
No.
You're building a relationship with your subscribers by providing value.
Exactly. You want to become a trusted resource for them.
Okay, I like that.
Someone they can rely on for information advice or even just entertainment.
So it's like you're creating a community around your brand.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we're providing value. We're building relationships. But how do we make sure that we're sending the right content to the right people?
And that takes us back to segmentation.
Right, segmentation again.
It's so important.
Starting to see why.
Once you know what your subscribers are interested in,
Yeah.
you can use that information to send them highly targeted emails that are more likely to resonate with them.
So it's a continuous cycle of learning about your audience
Yes.
and refining your approach.
Exactly. The more you learn about your subscribers,
Yeah.
the better you can serve them with relevant and engaging emails.
This is all starting to click now.
I'm glad to hear it.
We've covered a lot of ground, but there's still so much more to explore in the world of email marketing.
There is so much more to learn.
So stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into crafting compelling content, optimizing your campaigns, and avoiding common mistakes.
I can't wait to dive in.
Me too. This is going to be good.
I think so too.
All right, we'll see you in part 2.
See you then.
All right, welcome back. I'm ready to keep unpacking all these email marketing secrets.
Me too.
In the last part, we talked about those killer subject lines.
Right.
Writing super engaging copy.
Yes.
And even, all those clever ways to grow our email list.
Those lead magnets.
But I'm kind of curious now about what happens after someone signs up.
Okay.
Like, how do we make sure they actually read those emails?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That they don't just end up lost in that inbox abyss.
Totally. That's where mobile optimization comes in.
Okay, mobile optimization.
You got it.
What's that all about?
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
You might spend hours crafting the perfect email on your desktop with beautiful images and formatting and all that.
For sure.
But have you ever stopped to think about how it looks on a tiny phone screen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've definitely been guilty of closing out of emails that were just a pain to read on my phone.
Yeah.
All that zooming and scrolling.
Exactly.
So thanks.
Yeah. So if your email doesn't look good and read easily on a phone,
Right.
you're missing out on a huge chunk of your audience.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure our emails are mobile friendly?
Well, there are a few key things to keep in mind.
Okay.
First, you want to think about using a responsive email template.
Okay. A responsive template.
Yeah, these templates automatically adjust to different screen sizes.
Ah, that's clever.
So the layout, the images, the text.
Yeah.
It will all look great no matter what device someone is using.
Okay. That makes sense.
Keep those subject lines short and punchy, too.
Right. So they don't get cut off.
Exactly. And use a large, easy-to-read font.
Yeah, because nobody wants to squint at their phone.
Nobody. And make sure your buttons are big enough to tap with a finger.
Oh, yeah. That's important. It's like the email version of those tiny website links
I know exactly what you mean.
that are impossible to click on your phone.
The worst.
So frustrating.
Right. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to read and engage with your emails.
For sure.
Regardless of their device.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've tackled mobile optimization. But now let's talk about writing compelling email copy.
Let's do it.
Because one thing to get someone to open your email.
Right.
But it's a whole other thing to keep them reading.
Yeah, you want to hook them from the very first line.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I know I've been guilty of skimming through those really long, rambling emails.
Me too. We all have.
Sometimes I just want the key points.
Yeah.
Not a novel in my inbox.
Exactly. So again, it's about respecting people's time.
Right.
They're busy, so you want to get to the point quickly.
So prioritize the most important information.
Yes.
Make it super easy to digest.
Exactly. Use strong verbs, short sentences, and break up your text with headings,
Okay.
bullet points, and visuals.
It's like you're creating a visual hierarchy.
You are. You're guiding the reader's eye.
Okay. I like that a lot.
And here's something else to consider. Storytelling.
Oh, storytelling.
Yeah.
In an email.
People are naturally drawn to stories, you know?
That's true.
And they can be such a powerful way to connect with your audience.
Okay, tell me more.
Instead of just listing, like, all the features of your product or whatever.
Right.
Tell a story about how it helped someone solve a problem or achieve a goal.
I like that.
You can even use anecdotes from your own life
Uh-huh.
or business that relate to your message.
So it's about making it more relatable.
Exactly. More human, less salesy, you know?
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
And of course, we can't forget about personalization.
Right, personalization.
We talked about it a bit earlier.
They did.
But it's so important it deserves another look.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So how do we go beyond just using someone's name?
Yeah, how do we really personalize it?
Well, the key is to gather data about your subscribers.
Data, okay.
Their interests, their preferences, their behaviors.
Uh-huh.
You can do this through surveys, quizzes.
Okay.
You can track their website activity.
Gotcha.
Pay attention to what they click on in your emails.
So it's like you're becoming an email detective.
A little bit, yeah.
Gathering all these clues.
And then once you have all this information,
Yeah.
you can use it to create these really tailored experiences.
Okay.
For example, you could show different product recommendations based on their past purchases.
Ah, that makes sense.
Or you could display different content blocks depending on their interests.
So it's like you have this mini website within your email
Exactly.
that adapts to each subscriber.
You got it.
Okay, I love that.
Oh,
But the thought of tracking all that data
I know it can seem like a lot.
and creating personalized emails for every subscriber
Yeah.
seems a little bit daunting.
It can be, but that's where automation comes in.
Okay, tell me more about automation.
So imagine this.
Yeah.
Someone signs up for your email list.
Uh-huh.
They automatically get a welcome email series
Okay.
that introduces them to your brand,
Yeah.
offers them a special discount maybe.
Nice.
They click a link in your email.
Okay.
They go to your website, but they don't make a purchase.
Happens all the time.
Right. So then a few days later, they automatically get an email reminding them about the items they left in their cart.
Ah, those abandoned cart emails.
And maybe you offer them free shipping to encourage them to complete the order.
So all of this is happening automatically
Well,
without me having to do anything.
Well, you set it up initially, but then
Yeah.
it just runs in the background.
That's amazing.
It's like having this personal assistant
It is.
working behind the scenes.
I love it. And can you automate other things besides just those abandoned cart emails?
Oh, absolutely. You can use automation for birthday messages,
Fun.
personalized product recommendations, re-engagement campaigns.
Wow, the possibilities are endless.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is all coming together now.
I'm glad to hear it.
We've talked about optimizing for mobile, crafting compelling copy, personalization automation.
All the good stuff.
It's a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
But I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together
That's great.
to create this really powerful email marketing strategy.
You're getting it.
So what's next? Where do we go from here?
Well, now that we've laid a good foundation, it's time to talk about some of those common email marketing mistakes.
Ooh, mistakes?
And how to avoid them, of course.
I'd rather learn from other people's mistakes
Me too.
than make them myself.
It's always a good strategy.
We'll also explore some more advanced strategies for taking our campaigns to the next level.
The really fun stuff.
But that's a story for part 3 of our deep dive.
I can't wait.
I know, me too. It's going to be good.
It is. Stay tuned, everyone.
Okay, we're back for the final part of our email marketing deep dive.
I'm excited to wrap this up.
Me too. Last time we were talking about mobile optimization.
Yes.
Creating that super compelling copy.
Right.
And even, dipping our toes into the world of automation.
All the good stuff.
So I'm feeling pretty pumped to learn even more about taking those campaigns to the next level.
Absolutely.
Really leveling up.
Let's do it.
So where do we start?
Well, I thought we could start by talking about some of the common mistakes that people make.
Okay, mistakes.
Yeah, even seasoned pros sometimes fall prey to these.
Ooh, I'm all ears because I'd much rather learn from other people's mistakes.
Always a good strategy.
Than make them myself, right?
Exactly. So let's dive in.
Sure.
One mistake that I see pretty often is sending the same email to your entire list.
Okay.
Without any segmentation.
Right. We talked about segmentation before.
We did.
It's all about dividing your list into groups.
Yeah.
Based on those interests.
Interests, behaviors, demographics, all that good stuff.
So instead of sending like a generic new product announcement to everybody.
Right.
You could send one that's specifically tailored to people who've bought similar products in the past.
Exactly. You're speaking directly to their needs and interests.
Makes sense.
Another mistake that I see a lot is neglecting to track email metrics.
Okay, email metrics.
So things like open rates, click-through rates, unsubscribe rates.
Why are those so important?
Well, these metrics can tell you a lot about how your emails are performing, and they can help you make data-driven decisions.
Data-driven decisions.
To improve your campaigns.
It's like checking the vital signs of your email campaign.
It is, exactly.
You wouldn't ignore your own health stats.
Right.
So why would you ignore your email stats?
Makes sense.
And speaking of health.
Yeah.
What about keeping our email list clean and healthy?
Yes. List hygiene.
List hygiene.
It's important.
Tell me more.
It's super important to regularly remove inactive subscribers or those who haven't engaged with your emails in a while.
So how long is a while?
It depends on your industry and your specific audience.
Okay.
But a good rule of thumb is, if someone hasn't opened or clicked on any of your emails in 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, it might be time to say goodbye.
Okay.
This will not only improve your deliverability rates. Meaning that your emails are more likely to actually reach people's inboxes.
Oh, okay. That's important.
It's very important.
Instead of ending up in that spam folder.
Right.
But it also gives you a more accurate picture of your truly engaged audience.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like pruning a garden.
It is. You're getting rid of the dead weight.
Get rid of the dead weight.
To allow the healthy plants to flourish.
Okay. I like that analogy.
All right. So now that we've talked about some of the common mistakes.
Yes.
Let's shift gears and talk about some advanced strategies for leveling up your email marketing.
Okay. Advanced strategy.
Let's get fancy.
Bring it on.
I'm ready.
Okay. So one strategy that I really like is dynamic content.
Dynamic content? What's that?
So dynamic content allows you to personalize the content of your email.
Okay.
Based on the subscriber's data.
Data again?
Data is king.
Data is king.
So you can create this really tailored experience for each individual subscriber.
Okay.
For example, you could show different product recommendations.
Yeah.
Based on their past purchases.
Makes sense.
Or you could display different content blocks.
Depending on their interests or their demographics.
So it's like having this mini website within your email.
It is.
Yeah. That's amazing. That adapts to each person. I love that. Another powerful technique is behavioral triggers.
Ooh, behavioral triggers.
So these are automated emails that are sent based on specific actions that a subscriber takes.
Like what?
Like browsing certain products on your website, abandoning their cart, or even just celebrating a birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
You can send them a little birthday discount.
So it's like you're anticipating their needs.
Exactly.
And providing that information just when they need it most.
Right at the right time.
That's brilliant.
And then, of course, we have A/B testing.
A/B testing, yeah.
We talked about this a little bit with subject lines.
We did.
But you can A/B test pretty much any element of your email.
Okay.
From the sender name to the call to action to the colors you use.
So it's not just about guessing what will work.
No.
You're actually running experiments.
We have to see what resonates with your audience.
And then you let the data guide your decisions.
Data again, I see.
Data is our friend.
Okay, this has been incredible.
I'm glad you think so.
You know, we've covered so much ground here.
We have.
I feel like I've learned so much.
That's great to hear.
About email marketing.
Good.
From those fundamentals to some of these more advanced strategies.
I'm glad it's been helpful.
But even with all of this knowledge,
yeah,
I can't help but feel like email marketing is constantly evolving.
It is. It's always changing.
So how do I stay ahead of the curve?
That's a great question.
You know, how do I make sure that my campaigns are still effective in the long run?
Well, the key is to stay curious.
Okay.
Keep learning.
Okay.
And never stop experimenting.
Never stop experimenting.
Follow industry blogs.
Uh-huh.
Attend webinars, read books, take courses.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try new things.
Okay.
Test your assumptions and adapt your approach as needed.
So it's like any other skill. You know, you have to keep practicing and refining your craft to stay at the top of your game.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But most importantly,
yes,
what I'm taking away from all of this
is
that it's all about building those genuine relationships.
It is.
With our subscribers.
At the end of the day, it's all about people.
People.
Right. Connecting with people.
Connecting with people.
Building trust.
Providing value.
Exactly.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I feel so much more equipped now to not just send emails.
Good.
But to really connect with my audience.
That's the goal.
And, you know, create those meaningful relationships.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a wrap on our email marketing deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
And remember, keep those emails flowing.
And keep them engaging.
We'll see you next time.
See you later. Yeah.